Well, hey guys, it is late afternoon time, and I thought I'd go through a CVS here because you guys seem to enjoy it when I do that. And the last time I did this at a drugstore, I got some requests to review some anti-aging products, as if such a thing actually exists. Guess what? You can't anti-age. You just can't. So stop wasting your money on that garbage. But let's go see what they have at the drugstore here. Alright, so let's check out this brand, Skin Plus Pharmacy Advanced Anti-Aging Therapy. Okay, this is a hydrating cleanser. It's actually not too expensive at $12.49. Okay, whenever you see dermatologists test it, just like ignore that. That is a marketing gimmick. We don't test these things. We see patients, we treat disease. We don't test out face washes all day. So that in and of itself is a lie. Okay. Hyaluronic acid, that can be moisturizing. Olive oil, that can also be moisturizing. And great that it's in a wash because it shouldn't be left on the skin. Olive oil also has a lot of antioxidants in it. And so, you know, theoretically, it could help kind of scavenge some of the free radicals that accumulate after you're exposed to the sun. And likewise, the vitamins A, C, and E could potentially do that. But here's the jig with antioxidants, including specifically vitamin C, because I get so many questions about these vitamin C serums. Theoretically, antioxidants in skincare are a fantastic idea. Like, they would scavenge the free radicals that accumulate and damage the collagen structure and framework in our face and make us like haggard appearing, unloved and unwanted and aged, and just like the Dane of the fashion industry. Okay, but turns out a lot of antioxidants really just aren't that stable in topical forms as far as their antioxidant activity. Like, when you actually assay their ability to scavenge free radicals, it seems to be largely impaired by virtue of the fact that their stability is just not there. Okay, I mean, they weren't intended to be put on the face. And so I tell you guys this because, you know, there are thousands of cosmetic products, serums, medical grade skincare, all of this nonsense that you know, touts antioxidants, and they're frequently not even functional in the product. Okay, so essentially what you're just buying is a very expensive moisturizer or a very expensive sunscreen. So a better use of your cash is on sun protection, at least protecting the skin barrier against ultraviolet light that generates those free radicals and damages DNA in the skin. And in damaging the DNA, sets itself up for the potential to develop skin cancers. So to me, that's the most pressing issue, but aging wise as well, it's very important. Okay, so this, I guess, is a CVS brand. I'm kind of impressed with it. It has hyaluronic acid. It has cetyl alcohol in it. Many people ask me about this. Is it a bad ingredient? You see the word alcohol, and somebody has decided that alcohol in skincare products is something that you should fear. This is actually wrong. Cetyl alcohol is actually an emollient, okay? So I don't know who's lying to you about that, but it's fine, and it kind of helps stabilize some of these other ingredients, so I'm cool with that. It's got olive oil. You know, I gotta say, CVS did a nice job here. It's got retinol palmitate, which is a vitamin A derivative, that potentially could be helpful as well. This is not a bad product, you guys. It is fragrance free. I'm sure this is not available in Europe, however, so I apologize to the European viewers. Yeah, I like this product. It's only $12.49. Good job, Skin Pharmacy. Okay, advanced anti-aging therapy. Now here's where we start clocking in with these high prices. $20.99 on a 1 ounce tube of cream. Is this going to cook dinner for me and do my laundry? It has zinc in it though, okay? So zinc is an ingredient that can be anti-inflammatory, so that's good. So that can kind of help cut down on potentially wrinkle things. And this is hydrating. I think this is just a very expensive moisturizer at the end of the day. Some fancy ingredients in this that could be problematic. Okay, they're getting inspired by the Korean and Asian skincare trends here, and that they've got a variety of yeast extracts, and they have this radish root ferment filtrate. These are really popular ingredients these days in a lot of like cosmetic skincare products, because theoretically these rice and yeast filtrates have high antioxidant levels in them. the end of the day, they're very, very moisturizing, and that's really what I think they're doing, if anything. But anyways, oh look, and I think CVS must be watching my vlogs. I mean, I'm in here all the time, and they're like, they see me on surveillance, and they're probably like, God, get her out of here. But you guys know I love to eat wakame and seaweed. This is the Skin Pharmacy Advanced Anti-Aging Therapy, and it's a hyaluronic acid humectant. Hyaluronic acid is a humectant and binds up water and helps your moisturizer work a little bit better. And they've also added wakame in it, which also has kind of a humectant-y property. So that's kind of cool that they did that. It clocks in at $20.99, which is kind of akin to the Neutrogena Hydro Boost price-wise. So not a bad price, but what else does it have in it? Oh, this is fragrance-free, so that's great. I'm curious, has anyone tried this? Is it similar to the Neutrogena Hydro Boost? I don't think that this is not actually anti-aging or going to prevent wrinkle formation. What this is going to do is potentially plump up your skin and make it look brighter and kind of fill in some of those fine lines, but it's not reversing anything or protecting against anything, except for transepidermal water loss or dry skin. So, okay, and they're trying to sell you on the need for an eye cream, which I've told you 1,000 times before. You don't need a special eye cream. If anything, eye creams can cause more problems because the skin around the eyes is very thin, and when you put these like jazzy cosmetic creams on that thin skin, it tends to become irritated and bothered by all this nonsense that you're doing. So it tends to just dry out and make the appearance of wrinkles more noticeable. So I just say skip these things, but let's see what is in this. This looks like a less offensive version of the New Do one they sent me. If you're curious what that is, check out the New Do Disaster. I guess these are jazzy ingredients to be adding to things, but really not a lot of evidence for things like moringa seed oil. You know, if anything, these things are going to be problematic. And when the skin around the eyes becomes irritated and inflamed, they look more haggard, they look more aged, the dark circles become more noticeable. So I say skip it. All right, now we're moving into the realm of the pink, and here they're trying to get you on this lie that you need to be peeling your face every day, and I say stop the insanity here, okay? Because too much exfoliation really just desiccates your skin barrier and causes problems. All right, what's their advantage? This one here, brightening facial scrub. Oh, Lord. Okay, in terms of brightening ingredients, this has licorice root, which can actually help dark spots on the face. So that's a good ingredient in here. Jojoba oil is very moisturizing. Meadow foam, I know nothing about that. I'm not familiar with foam from Meadow, so can't really speak on that. And you know, they're talking to your desire to avoid parabens and sulfates, which are not dangerous ingredients by any means, unless you have an allergy to parabens. Vitamin E and the licorice root and glycolic acid. Okay, glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid that can, you know, help kind of exfoliate, but it's very pH dependent and it can be very irritating, and so I say skip these glycolic acid things, but in a face wash I think that's your best way to use it, honestly, rather than leaving it on your skin in a cream or a pad. This is the best way to do it. Let it go on and leave it on the skin for a few minutes and then rinse it off. And people will ask me, is that even effective as an exfoliant? And yes, it is, okay? Because what it does is it very quickly starts to help just break up the little bonds between the skin cells that, I've got news for you, are gonna downregulate and break up by themselves, okay? This just kind of accelerates it. And it does that in a wash form. I mean, you don't need to leave it on the skin indefinitely. Once you leave it on the skin indefinitely, an acid like that, then it just kind of goes awry, okay, and causes a lot of problems. So I prefer these acids, whether it be alpha hydroxy acids such as glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid. Prefer them in wash forms rather than leave on creams or pads. But here they've got pads, which I say avoid, and then they've got this cream here. This is clocking in at $20.99. This actually has promise to me because it's got an ingredient called kojic acid, which is pretty, there's quite a bit of literature to show that kojic acid is brightening, and it has a cosmeceutical retinol in it for whatever that is worth. Okay, and I'm looking at the purple line here, and okay, the signature ingredient that they're pushing in the purple line is their cosmeceutical retinol. Okay, 0.15% retinol. Retinols and cosmeceuticals are largely unlikely to be as efficacious as retinoids. Retinoids include things like tretinoin or retin A or tazarotene or differin adapalene, okay? And the reason why they're not as effective as those is that they require the skin to perform an additional step on them to get them to their active state. That being said, if you're someone who does not have access to prescription retinoid and you want to try one of these, sometimes they can be helpful. It's hard to recommend one because they're not regulated. These are non-drug ingredients. So it's anybody's guess, and you're up to this cosmetic company. So I say if you're going to try a cosmeceutical retinol, go with one that's inexpensive and affordable and see how it works out for you. So I suppose that this is not a bad idea. Here they have it in a moisturizer, in hyaluronic acid. So I've had this applied to the face at nighttime. Oh, this also has licorice root extract in it, which can have a brightening effect, and caffeine, which is going to constrict the blood vessels and probably transiently improve some redness. Okay, I have you guys sitting next to Jennifer Aniston. Don't you feel like you're in the It Club here? You're in the Aveeno section. Don't worry, I'm getting there. But right now, I'm looking here. I don't know who Dr. Brian Zelikson is. This MD Complete line. This is totally an anti-aging line here. It's cruelty-free. Look, the bunny. Okay, so what is this all about? Okay, first of all, I get many questions about medical grade skincare, and I guess this is a drugstore medical grade skincare. Do know that physicians don't really have a lab where we make up creams and stuff, so this is a marketing thing, but perhaps this physician contributed to kind of the ingredient selection, perhaps. So it's good to see an entrepreneur. So alrighty, what does this have in it? This is the anti-aging restoring cleanser and makeup remover. Okay, not a bad idea to just be able to wash everything off in one step. Removes makeup, smooths, and hydrates. Alright, I want to see. This does have fragrance in it. It does have methylchloroisothiazinolone, which are two ingredients that if I were creating my own line, I would not put in this, but not mad at it. I mean, but just know that you can develop an allergy to those. It does have aloe in it, which is soothing and hydrating. It has a variety of flower extracts with no data behind them to suggest that they have any benefit. And so this is really just an expensive face wash. How much is this? 17 bucks. Okay, I guess it's not too expensive. This, to me, is no different than I don't know, Cetaphil, but potentially more offensive with all of these flowery extracts. And it's not going to be as good as a CeraVe moisturizing wash because it doesn't have ceramides in it. So I think this is a waste. Oh my god. Boy Wonder here has come up with an anti-wrinkle cream. Okay, let's see here. That is cruelty-free. All right. Oh, Lord. No. This is a bad idea. This has, guys, oil of bergamot in it. Okay. Oil of bergamot is a known and classic offender of something called phytophotodermatitis. And what that is that when certain ingredients that contain furocoumarins are left on the skin and exposed to ultraviolet light, they create a severe inflammatory and damaging skin reaction. And oil of bergamot is a classic example of that, as are citrus fruits, okay? It causes something called Burloak's dermatitis, a very, very, very disfiguring rash. And it's in this product, oil of bergamot. So that's a bad idea. And likewise, it has a variety of citrus fruits in it. Grapefruit peel, orange peel, all of these things. If you put this on your face and go out in the sun, it is a recipe for disaster. He's got a dark spot remover here, okay? Like the Mr. Clean eraser sponge. Okay, let's see. It's gluten-free, cruelty-free. This comes from Minnesota. Okay, it's got... Oh, this is a 2% hydroquinone cream. But clocking in at $40, so far this offers nothing over AMBI Fade Cream, which I believe is I'm not seeing the price, but I think the AMBI Fade Cream's like something like 20 bucks. So this is a 2% hydroquinone cream. I talk about hydroquinone in my dark spots and melasma Q&A, so check that out. I'm not going to go into it too much here, but it is actually a great ingredient for dark spots and melasma. Do wear sunscreen if you use something like this, okay? But this clocks in at 40 bucks. You don't need to spend 40 bucks on a 2% hydroquinone cream. You can get AMBI. It's a 2% hydroquinone cream. There's no reason why this should be any better. This guy didn't like blend it up in a lab, so don't be fooled by this claim. He's got an eye cream that's going to lift and firm at 29 bucks. This is not Richard Simmons. It's not going to lift and firm. Okay, he's got his own vitamin C serum here with a retinol in it. Does not have the touted ferulic acid that supposedly stabilizes the vitamin C. This clocks in at 20 bucks. I believe the one that you guys say works really well is the Skin Diva one for 25 bucks. So you all seem to see benefit with that one. So I would go with that one over this, but this is another cruelty-free option that is available in your drugstore. So, but this doesn't have the ferulic acid in it. So it sounds like from what you guys have told me that the Skin Diva one is probably a better choice. All right, we all want to look like her, right? So let's see what Aveeno is offering in their absolutely ageless nourishing cleanser with antioxidant-rich blackberry extract. Okay, kind of like the strawberry seed mask from Skin Food that I talked about. If you missed that, check that video out. But this nourishing cleanser has blackberry seed extract in it, which does contain a high level of like antioxidants, I suppose, but it can be irritating, so do know that. This product also has fragrance, but I don't know, it seems like at $10.79 it's not too offensive, but I don't know that it offers anything over just a gentle moisturizing creamy wash, so I probably wouldn't go with that, honestly. Okay. But Aveeno has this absolutely ageless broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen. Okay, this has potential because SPF 30 is a good key for sun protection and wrinkle prevention. So that's great. What else does it have in it? Okay, this is a chemical sunscreen. So if you're irritated by avobenzone, you're not going to like this. In the UK, you guys have, in the UK and Europe and in Asia, you guys have better chemical sunscreens. I think you'd be better off with the Biore UV Watery Essence as a chemical sunscreen, or that Nivea one that I use, which I'll list down below, as well as the Shiseido Senka Age Protect one is also a good one that I'm loving. I think those are far better deals and better chemical sunscreens than this. I kind of want to try this, namely because I saw the commercial for it the other day. This has soy extract in it, which can impart a brightening effect. I'd like to try this sometime. All right. As far as cosmeceutical retinols, I would say that the Neutrogena Rapid Tone Repair and Moisturizing Night Cream, clocking in at $22.99, is also not a bad deal if you're gonna like try a cosmeceutical retinol. If you can't get your hands on an actual prescription efficacious retinoid and you want to try a retinol, I think this is a good one. I've tried it myself and I really like it. I find that it's not irritating. My mom uses it and likes it. She seems to think that it is helpful, and you guys all comment on how beautiful she is, but that is largely her genetics. She is a radiant lady. So yeah, I like that one. I don't think you need to do two of them. I think you could just get away with that one nighttime one. The one here with sunscreen, you know, is nice that it offers sunscreen. So if you want to wear it during the day, I would go with this one. And the sunscreen in this is a chemical sunscreen. I really think you could, if you're here in the US and you're in a CVS, I really think you could actually just go with the CVS brand of all of these. And they've also got this Beauty 360 line that I also think would be good. So here they've got a moisturizing nighttime cream that could potentially be a good one. It's got glycerin in it, which is a great moisturizer, so I think this is not a bad price at $11.29, but it lacks ceramides. It's a little cheaper than its Neutrogena counterpart here, but many of you have verbalized that you find the CeraVe with the niacinamide is irritating, so you might actually like this Deep Moisture Night Cream. Heavy without a greasy feel, but Give the CVS version a try if you can, because it's a few bucks cheaper. I think they've made it, they're selling as an anti-wrinkle cream, and then they only put SPF 15 in it. What is with that? That's like not even in the range of what you want. You want 30 to 50, okay? If you missed why, then check out my sunscreen Q&As. But I mean, honestly, like, you can't call yourself anything with wrinkle prevention and put a weak SPF on there. So, lame. Neutrogena. Here, let's make sure we put that back correctly, so the poor folks here at CVS don't have to come up after me. Okay, everybody is tidy and in order, like nutcracker soldiers lined up. I'm getting excited for the holidays. Aren't you guys? Alright, let's talk about L'Oreal's Revitalift. Alright, here they've got a $20 day cream with SPF 30 in it and glycolic acid. Here they're doing the same dumb thing where they're like chasing their tail, so to speak. They put glycolic acid in it and ask you to leave it on your face all day, predisposing you to sun damage, and then they like simultaneously put a sunscreen in it. I don't know that this is worth it. I would skip this. This is probably going to irritate the stink out of you. Okay, and this one likewise. Okay, this is another glycolic acid leave-on cream. This is for the nighttime, tones and brightens. I think if you left this on all night, it's really just going to increase the potential for irritation. I mean, your skin turns over on its own, maybe a little bit slower as we get wiser, but there's no need to go like peeling the bejesus out of your face, guys. It just worsens things and predisposes you to sun damage, so stop doing that. I don't like these peel pads either. Skip those. And what is this? L'Oreal Paris. See, I feel like sometimes they'll slap Parisian on it as if like somehow it's more like that's gonna work, because you know Parisians just sit around all day making wrinkle creams. Like maybe Parisians and dermatologists just hang out in a cafe and make up creams. Is that how society views it? Okay, so here's a volume filler. All right, this sounds like a really expensive moisturizer. Here, let's see. Yeah, it's just a bunch of dimethicone in it. I think you would be far better served with Neutrogena Hydro Boost than this tiny little tube, to be honest with you. They have a bigger tube here of their volume filler with concentrated hyaluronic acid. I would go with the Hada Labo one that I'm using, or the Neutrogena Hydro Boost over this expensive tiny little tube. They've just put like hyaluronic acid in a bunch of tubes with metal applicators that are cold, so it's just a packaging thing and it doesn't really offer much. Daily resurfacing discs. This sounds like something you would use on your stove, not on your face, okay? This has gentle enough for everyday use. Okay, there's not an acid in this. They want you to spend $12 on a bucket of discs that have no function. Okay, that's a stupid product. There's really nothing in there other than like some preservatives and fragrance and moisturizer. Like discs of wateriness. You might as well do a face mask. I don't know. No benefit there. Max resurfacing. This really, I feel like I'm in the kitchen cleaning aisle now. Is that what aging has come to? Like we're just like a toilet bowl that needs to be disinfected? Alrighty. Take cleansing to the max to optimize your anti-aging products. This is a $12 face wash. It's fine. There's no problem with it, but there's nothing about this that is anti-aging, okay? Absolutely nothing. Nothing over any other drugstore face wash. 12 bucks. Not a bad price, not a bad product, but the claims on the surface are ridiculous. I personally have tried their Deep Wrinkle Night Cream, and I actually think Neutrogena's is better, just in terms of the fact that Neutrogena's is more moisturizing than this, and a lot cheaper. And I think this one has a foul smell. Their night one, and then their Deep Wrinkle Serum. Serum is really just another vehicle. It doesn't mean anything, okay? It's not like some magical thing that comes from like this anti-aging fairy that like spurts out like watery essences of magic, and you know, we're gonna convert you back to the way you looked when you were a teenager. That just doesn't exist, okay? So, like, whenever I see the word serum, I'm always like, oh gosh, you know, it's kind of like boutique, i.e. overpriced. To be honest with you guys, I wouldn't waste my money on any of that ROC stuff. I just find that it doesn't really offer anything too useful. You don't need a special neck cream, okay? You don't need to oh, look, they've got a chest, neck, and face. This is a sunscreen that contains, this is a chemical sunscreen. This is no different than any other chemical sunscreen, except it costs $30. It is in a tiny little tub. So that is like a complete waste of cash. DERMA-E has this Vitamin A Glycolic Acid face wash. I actually like the looks of this one. I think this is cruelty-free. Yes, this is cruelty-free, gluten-free, all of those kinds of things that some of you are interested in. It's only it's $13.79, which is a little pricey, but not too bad. I think this is a good product, actually. It does have glycolic acid in it, but I like it as a face wash. I think this is you know, if you're going to be using glycolic acid, this is not necessarily a bad one to use in a cleanser form. However, I'm not a fan of their anti-wrinkle Vitamin A Glycolic Acid Cleanser with papaya. I mean, has anyone used this? But papaya is a fruit extract that can be very, very irritating. So I think that as far as their products go, this one is maybe a little bit better than that one, but I haven't tried them myself. Alright, so fun fact, there's a cop walking around here, and at first I was a little apprehensive that the cop was walking around because I'm in here, and, you know, they were questioning my integrity, but he was actually looking at the brightening serums. Hey, everybody needs a little brightening given this weather. So anyways, guys, I think that's all for today. That's about all the anti-aging products they have in this particular CVS, and I need to get going. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!